guys? How you doing? How you doing? Brother Vic here with another devotional for you guys. Um, I was thinking, meditating, and the subject of time came up to me, and I said, "What is time? How do you describe time? You know, past, present, future. Um, just where does it come from? Does it have a beginning? Does it have an end? What is its purpose?" So, of course, I went to the Bible, and I was looking for specific answers, but this is one of those topics that you just gotta read through, you gotta dissect and interpret, and you'll get some answers back actually. And this topic is not short, but today I will be, just skimming the surface and everything like that. But it's a very interesting topic, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. Um, let's start. Okay, so of course we're going to start in Genesis, the start of everything. Uh, Genesis 1 uh, and 3. So, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. Now we're about to jump to Genesis 1 and 14, and we're going to go through verse 19. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for the seasons, and for the days and years." Now, in the NIV version, it says, "Let there be for signs," instead of for signs, it says for sacred times. All right. "And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. All right, let's start from the top. Let's define time. Time, the progression of events from the past to the present into the future. All right. So that's the standard definition of time. We all think about it that way, especially with the movies, the Back to the Futures and everything like that. And, that's the general way of you looking at time as past, present, future. It's like measuring time, but time is a measurement itself. It's kind of confusing. Time can be considered to be the fourth dimension of reality used to describe events in the third dimension, space. Now, this definition really gets me excited because it talks about science and the dimensions and things like that. So, in another video, we'll get into dimensions. But this video, and actually the Bible talks about dimensions as well. This video, we're just going to talk about time and how it began, the beginning of it all. All right, Genesis first, Genesis 3. And God said that let there be light, and there was light, and God saw the light was good, and divided the light from the darkness. And then if you go to 5, God called light day, and the darkness he called night. All right, so with my studies, I found myself with some assumptions. He said, let there be light, and then there was light, and then you had the darkness, and then he called the light day and the darkness night. Um, I automatically assumed he said, let there be light, and poof, there goes the sun in the high sky. All right. And then I looked at it, and all it says is, and God said, let there be light. There was light. So the light was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. This is the first time light, for one, shows itself, but for two, shows its power over the darkness. Light is divided. It's showing that God was intentional to make sure those two can't mix. They can't coexist. They can't come together and intertwine and marry each other. It's either one or the other. There is no middle ground. God divided light from darkness. And then also in these two verses, it shows that God chose one over the other. In verse 4, it says, and God saw the light that it was good. So God chose the light more, or period, because he didn't call the darkness good. Let there be light. So before the light, I'm sorry, in Genesis 2, darkness and void, right? He said, let there be light, saw the light. He said, it's good. I believe God was the light. He shined his glory onto that void, that emptiness, that place of chaos, the unformed place. He shined his glory onto it, and he saw that his glory reflecting on this place was good. And whenever his glory shone on this place, it made the place good. That's just my personal interpretation. Then he gave them names. He assigned them names. The light, which is good, is day. And the darkness, which he didn't say was good nor bad, but it's not good, but he didn't say it was bad. It's called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Now, calling it day and night and knowing that they transition between the two is a way of telling time. And he gave those two names, the transitions. He gave those two names, called them the evening and the morning. The morning is the transition from night to day, and the evening is the transition from day to night. And then the morning is the start of the first day. So that transition was the start of time. The first transition was the start of time. Now it gets kind of juicy when we get down to verse 14 in Genesis 1. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for sacred times, or signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. Now God is starting to get specific. All right, let there be lights. Hmm. So God puts different things in the heavens that are to shine down onto the earth. Oh, the firmament of heaven. Okay, so that's when the sun comes is created. That's when the moon is created. Let's see. And let them be lights in the firmament of the heaven to give upon the earth. So these lights are to shine upon the earth to provide light onto the earth. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. So there goes the sun, the greater light, and the moon, the lesser light. And then once he created them, he gave them assignments. The sun is to rule the day. The sun has the authority over the day. And the sun is required to shine his light over the day onto the earth. And the lesser light, the moon, is the authority over the night, the governing body over the night to shine its light onto the earth. That's awesome. And then he made the stars too. So the stars were also lights. They were also to contribute to shining their specific lights onto the earth. Now, it said that God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, just like I said. Put them in the, what you call it, second heaven, third heaven, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the lights from the darkness. And God saw it was good. Now, after God gave the authority to the sun and the moon and the stars, and as he saw those transitions, he realized, now that's good. That's God's work working. He gives them the authority. They have their assignment, and now they're carrying out their assignment. That's wonderful. God is like the ultimate manager. He creates, give them purpose, and he gives them responsibility. He gives his creations everything they need to operate from the glory of him, for the glory of him, and he gets to lay back and relax. That is a sign of an ultimate manager. Let's go to verse 19. And the evening and morning were the fourth day. So that is the completion. So if you look at these verses 14 to 19, God created the sun, the moon, the stars, put them all together, gave them their assignments. They understood their assignments, accepted their assignments. God saw that it was good, and then the day ended. That transition, that morning, that that the morning, the evening, the fourth day ended. That is wonderful. So if you go back to verse 3, it was God himself shining his light and drawing back his light. Transition. He was shining his light, drawing back his light. That was transition to the next day. Then God said, I need to make managers over this to give me more time to be able to work on other creations. So he saw where his time could be used somewhere else. So he created some employees. made those employees, gave them their assignment, and they went going and he saw that it was good. He said, now I can transition to the next day. And once the next day comes, I can do my work. But now that I say this, doesn't it seem like God works during the day? And at night, he draws back?
Now, these are the first examples that the Bible gives of time. Now, this time is very unspecific, and the way we measure time today is a little bit more calculated, but it's not necessarily the way God intended for us to measure time. Because if you look at it, God says we should measure time by the stars, the sun, and the moon. We can remember sacred times. We can see where the day ends and the night begin. The day ends and night begins for the different seasons and also the different years. So God wanted us to look to the sun, the moon, and the stars and how they move, to interpret those and communicate so we can know when and where to know what to do on earth, like harvest time or times to plant. And also God knew that he wanted to be worshiped and praised from that. Because if he's telling us to look to the stars to see when the sacred times are, the sacred times are worship, praise, holidays. He wanted to be celebrated. He wanted his creation to enjoy what he has created. And so that's also, he needed to be praised. So if you're going to look to the stars so we can know when to celebrate, that's what he created them for. So that in itself is showing that God already had a whole plan set up from the beginning. And he put things in place meticulously. So as he continued with his next stage of creation, the previous stage was 100% complete. He didn't have to go back and tweak things later. Once he finished something and said it was good, it was done. It was finished. It was good. I wonder if we can do that. Start saying when you completed something, now that's good. That's good. Because it's finished. It is finished. It is done. That is awesome. Guys, I hope this recording, this devotional reached you well. I hope this devotional was able to answer some questions or maybe made you think a little more. You know, these are just some of the things that I've picked up from these verses. And I mean, it's lovely and wonderful. And I have a whole lot more notes to go into, and I can't wait to do a little bit more. But thank y'all for listening. Tune in to Minigade on Thursdays at 7:30 on Zoom. You can go to our Facebook or Instagram account to get the link, or inbox me, Victor Porter on Facebook, and I can get you the link for you, and we can add you to the mini grade group. It's an awesome group of guys where we just come together and really just talk about men things, and we relate them back to the Bible. So it's an awesome, fun group that it's a support group and a ministry, and but just with normal guys, all from different backgrounds, all dealing with some of the same things, and we talk it out, and we talk it out, and we let God work, and it's awesome, and it's every Thursday, except for a couple of holidays. But that's very rare because, man, we need each other, and we need that love consistently. So tune into that. And I appreciate you guys coming on. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Love you.